I'm not interested in eating a pineapple. That's not flirting. That's not cheating. Oh, because we know how to cheat better than you. You would never catch us cheating. My heart was broken all the time. I didn't lose weight. And we're back. Welcome to Couch Confessions with Queenie with my beautiful co-host,
Roselle.
This is a show where we spill secrets, unpack messy stories, and dive into the confessions of people who are too scared to say it out loud. I'm your host, Queenie, and this is my co-host,
Roselle.
If you have any stories of your own that you want to be featured here, if you want to be anonymous, it's okay. You can send it to couchconfessionswithqueenie@gmail.com. Today, we're going to talk about cheating.
Cheating.
Have you been cheated on before?
Yeah. I have been cheated on before.
Have you cheated before?
Yes. Have you?
Yes. I have been cheated on, and
yeah.
I have cheated on somebody out of revenge.
Yeah. Sometimes it's out of that.
Yeah. Not because I wanted to do it. It's because he did it first, and then I was like, bro, I can do it better than you. Guys, don't cheat on your girlfriends because we know how to cheat better than you. You would never catch us cheating. Anyways. Post number 1. Am I the asshole for telling my friend about his girlfriend's potential cheating? I, 22, female, have a childhood friend, male 22, from middle school. We're each other's most trusted confidant, so of course I'd expect him to tell me as well if a guy I've been dating has done the same thing I'll mention in this post. For a few months, he's been dating this girl, 21 male from his college. I'm gonna be truthful and say that I never really vibed with her. Her tomboy attitude just seemed like a pick-me attitude to say that she's one of the boys, especially because almost all of her friends were male. But I didn't say anything to my boyfriend about it as it wasn't my place, and I of course still kept things civil with this girlfriend. However, all 3 of us went to a party together 2 days ago. She said, excuse me to my friend to go talk with a friend. I'm sorry, this grammar is just not grammaring. Well, I also excused to go to talk in the bathroom. However, I caught this person chatting to one of the male friends really closely. They even started laughing out of nowhere, and then they hugged really tight. Frankly, it really seemed like flirting from where I was standing, so I ended up taking my friend aside later on and telling him about it. He was, I'd say, rightfully pissed, and they ended up fighting about it. His girlfriend, however, was pissed about me as well and started lying to her group of friends about how I fed lies to my friend about her in order to break them up because I'm jealous of her, which of course I defended myself by saying I only told my suspicions, but some people, and again mostly boys, took her side. Am I the asshole?
Minding your own business plays a crucial role. Okay, she's 21.
Mm-hmm.
My mindset when I was 21, I was immature.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the reason why, because she hasn't been in a stage in her life where she can actually just mind her own business. And sometimes people think they're helpful when they do that.
Yep.
When they spill other people's shit, they feel like they're saving somebody else.
True.
But actually they're making the situation worse. So if you're 21 and you think like that, I'm not.
You're still a child.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on the side of like minding your own business because it's not even cheating yet.
Yeah.
It's not even there.
Nothing happened. They were just talking and they just hugged.
Yeah.
You probably saw them kissing. That's cheating.
Thing.
But you didn't see them doing anything. They just hugged. If your friend already has trust issues and then you just fed into that trust issue, so you messed up another person's relationship, maybe out of nothing.
Yeah. People think that they can just come into people's lives, come into people's relationships, feeding whatever story to the other person. We don't know what stage they're in. Like, we don't know what the status really is. Maybe the couple is already having a situation in there. If we feed something negative or we add fuel to the fire, it's gonna really explode.
Yep.
So for me, yes, you are an asshole because that's none of your business.
True.
It's not cheating just yet, and it should not come from you. It can make the situation worse. Yeah, you are an asshole, unfortunately.
There is a very interesting comment here. It says, you called him your boyfriend in the post.
Ooh.
That right there is a red flag. Singing and laughing with your friends is not flirting or cheating. I have a lot of guy friends. I don't really have girl friends. You're the same too, right? Because I feel like there's too much drama. So if I hug my guy friend and we're laughing, that's not flirting. That's not cheating. And there's another comment here that says, is hugging cheating now? Crap. Turns out I cheat on my wife all the time. Sometimes in front of her.
Sometimes in front of her.
Turns out I'm bisexual too. Oh God, I cheated.
it's a very interesting topic that people would like to associate a lot of things around cheating, when in fact it's actually very straightforward.
Yep.
Cheating is straightforward.
Yep.
It could be vague because it's not in the boundary of a yes and a no.
Yeah.
But if we like talk about cheating per se, then it's a straightforward topic. People just really love that topic and the things that are around it and the things that are almost cheating.
Post number 2. Am I the asshole for being the guy she cheated with? My current girlfriend asked about my history. I told her. She says I'm an asshole and a cheater. I don't think I did anything wrong. Well, before my current girlfriend, I got to be pretty good friends with benefits with a girl from work for about 5 months. We had a lot in common. We enjoyed each other's company. The sex was good. She had a boyfriend and I knew it. Oh, okay, I knew it. I didn't ask about any agreements they may have had or if it was cool with it. I figured either it was cool or she didn't care enough about him for it to matter. After a while, she blocked me and told me at work the next day he found out and we had to stop talking. I thanked her for the fun, hugged her one last time, and that was that. My very upset girlfriend tells me that I was as guilty of cheating as she was. Now she's questioning where I am all the time, wanting to look at my phone, etc. And I told her I'm not having it. I've never cheated on her, never done anything I felt was a violation of her trust, and I don't feel I should be treated like I did. Did I cheat? Am I the asshole?
My realization is that when you're a girlfriend and you ask about your partner's past, you should be ready for it.
Yes.
Like it's not something that will please you. You expect the worst.
Yes.
And if you like gonna take that against them afterwards, then that doesn't make any sense. And you're not ready. You're like just opening a can of worms and you want to do that to yourself. Because if you don't want to know, then don't ask.
Exactly. With any of my exes, with any of my relationships, whatever you do in your past, that's on you, no matter how bad it is. Except for like, I have certain things that if I find out that you did it, I'm like, absolutely not, you should be in jail. Which is like the ones that you should be in jail for. But like cheating, whatever sexual exploits you have, as long as you didn't commit a crime, then I'm good. But yeah, like why even ask? You're just gonna end up hurting yourself in the process.
Yeah, I'm actually more concerned about that. And the guy being concerned if he has been an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
we were discussing earlier, like we had different takes about this situation because to me, the guy didn't cheat because he was not the one who was in a relationship with the person. Because to me, when I was being cheated on before, I would get upset with my partner, not with whoever my partner cheated on me with, because my partner is the one who should be loyal to me, not the other person. Now, there was one person who did it, and I was like, this is a different story. Because in this other situation, my partner cheated on me with a girl who I knew and who knew me because the girl was brought to our house and was introduced to me. And the girl knew me because we were working in the same company. That is completely different from, oh, I cheated on you with somebody from the internet, somebody that you don't know or who doesn't know me. Totally different story. But
my POV on that a while ago is that, yeah, you're part of cheating because you knew the girl was in a relationship. Not that you're cheating on your own relationship because you're not attached to anyone back then, but yeah, bro code.
Yeah, bro
so
code.
Whether you know the boyfriend or not, as long as you knew the other person is in a relationship, then you're a part of cheating.
Yeah.
And that's also gonna come back to what I was saying earlier, that cheating is actually pretty black and white, and you're already on that border. So with a question, are you an asshole for being the person the girl cheated with? Then yes, you are. But there would be
did he cheat?
Yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with your current relationship. If this question is coming from you as a boyfriend to a new person, that doesn't really have anything to do with your current relationship because it's your past. Where it got complicated is because the girlfriend asked.
Yeah.
And
I have a question, because here a very upset girlfriend was asking to look at his phone. How do you feel about that? Because to me, I understand privacy, but if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I don't really care if you check my phone. I don't care if you have access to my social media, just because I'm not doing anything wrong. Also, if my partner is upset, I would give it, but there should be a reason for it. I'm not just going to give it freely, but not at the onset. Not when we're in a boyfriend-girlfriend situation, but if we're married and my husband says like, I need to look at your social media, I don't really care, because a lot of people right now, apparently, it's off limits. How is it off limits? You share a life with this person. You have seen each other naked. There is no such thing as privacy when you already did the deed. That is my perception. I don't know if you feel the same way.
I feel the same way. Well, this time I'm actually respecting if there's an agreement on set that, okay, are you okay with me checking your phone?
Yeah.
Both of you said yes. Yeah. Then that's okay. And it's actually not as if you're gonna check on your partner's phone because you're trying to find something.
Yes, that's a difference.
Yeah. And if you're coming from a position where you're gonna check the phone because you want to find something out, then you're already building something in your head. That's the goal of checking the phone.
Yeah.
If it's a casual thing, my phone is there. Like, you can go through it. You can check on the conversations. You're just curious, or there's no anything presumptive on your head. You're not trying to find out anything against me, then that should be no problem.
That should be okay, yeah. As long as it's not malicious. Because some people check the other partner's phones and then get upset with what they find out. Why are you checking then? Because I have a lot of guy friends, a lot of my boyfriends before were getting jealous of my guy friends. Because I talk shit with them all the time. That is my personality. I am more comfortable talking like one of the boys. My partners were like, why are you talking to this man? I'm like, because I knew them before I know you. And there was one partner who said, this guy likes you, so you shouldn't be friends with him anymore. And I'm like, a lot of men tried to date me. I chose to be with you. So why are you telling me who I cannot be friends with? And only to find out he was the one cheating.
See?
Post number 3. Am I the asshole for quote unquote cheating on my girlfriend? My girlfriend and I haven't been having sex much lately. Last time was a month ago. So a couple of days ago, I sat down with her and talked about it. She listened to me, talked about how I felt, but didn't say anything herself. Early on in the conversation, she looked fine, but as the conversation progressed, she looked more and more irritated by the minute. I told her my needs weren't being fulfilled. She blew up after that and said, go f*** other girls. I asked her if she meant it and she said she didn't care. I left to go home and haven't talked much after this. Fast forward to yesterday night, where I went out with some pals to get some food. While we were eating our food, I noticed that my girlfriend's coworker, who I'm on friendly terms with, walked into the restaurant by herself. I walked up to her and asked if she was alone, and she replied yes. So I asked her if she wanted to hang out with me and some of my pals. It ended up being a great night. My friends and I clicked really well with her. She fit right with our group, and we were all talking about going out again next weekend with her. We're all having such a great time that we didn't realize it was getting late, so my friends ended up heading out, leaving me and my girlfriend's coworker alone. We stayed for maybe another 20 or 30 minutes just talking about our interests. I told her one of my interests was computers and gaming, and her eyes seemed to light up when I talked about it. She told me that even though she doesn't seem like it, she's also a massive gamer and a computer geek. I got excited after she told me this because neither my girlfriend or friends are into computers or gaming, so I never get to talk about my hobbies much. She mentioned her awesome gaming setup back in her apartment, so I got excited and asked her if I could see it real quickly. Oh no. She said yes, so we both ended up leaving to her apartment. Her setup was amazing and she said it was. I was pretty much drooling over it. I told her that it was amazing and that finally I found someone to play games with, since no one else I know does. She teased me a bit and said that I'm probably too newbie for her. I laughed and told her to fight me. Oh my god. After I told her to fight me, she started throwing little play punches at me and I responded with them back. This led us to getting a little more physical in a playful way, which caused me to get aroused. Okay. I didn't plan on doing anything with her, but then I remembered what my girlfriend said during the argument that we had, so I thought that it would be okay. Needless to say, we ended up having sex 2 times and I stayed the night and then left to go home in the morning. My girlfriend found out today, and she's been blowing up my phone calling me a cheater all day. I told her that I thought she said it was okay for me to have sex with other girls and that I only did it because of what she said. Am I the asshole? Are you dumb? Are you really that dense? He's pretty much saying that because her girlfriend said go
it's just,
go F other girls then. It's an expression.
Yeah, that's it. He has been wanting to do that.
Yes.
There is a desire. If you're in an okay relationship and these things happen, someone is testing your faith or your loyalty,
Yeah.
but you are actually sticking into your commitment to the other person, then there's a way to handle that better.
Yeah.
But since you're actually thinking of doing it already, even before that, I felt like the post was meant to point to a different direction. But the thing is, there is already a desire, there is already a want in there, and it's just being justified now.
Yeah.
Like, you did it because you wanted to.
Yes, exactly.
I read somewhere there's no such thing as a mistake.
Yeah.
There are just things
It's
that
a
you
choice.
do and you don't do.
Yeah.
It's just that.
There's a comment says, "You're the asshole. If you didn't realize that go F other girls then was said in anger and wasn't meant to be a permission, then you really need to stop dating and look for classes on interpersonal relationship. Playing punches leading to sex? Okay." There's another comment after that that says, "Lol, right? Sounds like a low-budget script to a bad porno."
Bad porno.
This is just crazy. Like, men be like, anything is permission.
Yeah.
Bro, that was not permission.
You know, that's a common situation for people who wants to like put the blame on the other person
Yeah.
after they get caught,
Yeah.
because that's just what they want to put in their mind. This is a confirmation that I can do, but they know
They know.
deep within that it's
Yeah.
not.
That's
Right?
crazy. Why would you even think that? Anyways. Post number 4. Am I the asshole for ruining cheating ex's chances with other guys? Long time lurker here. Never posted though. So yeah, I met this girl Sarah close to 2 years ago now. At the end of my last semester at uni, we really hit it off. We started dating after casually going out for a bit, and we ended up dating all the way up until early November 2018. When I found out that she had some sort of friends with benefits type bullshit with the guy we knew at uni, and I broke it off cold turkey and basically told her to go F herself. It still hurts like shit since this was a fairly long-term thing, age considered, and she didn't really seem guilty to me. We do, however, have mutual friends, so we see each other sometimes, and I kept her on my social media stuff, which is how I found out she was flirting with some new guy, Tommy. Tommy's actually a nice enough dude, and since I cannot say I trust Sarah one bit, I messaged him telling him about the cheating and all the bullshit she did. He didn't believe me, but we met last month at a party in which I pulled him aside and told him all about her, and by the end of it, he seemed pretty turned off on her, and he cut it off a few days later. Despite this and the fact that things seemed somewhat serious between Tommy and Sarah, she had a new guy just last weekend at another party. This guy was pretty decent, and when I caught Sarah looking my way with a shitty expression, I just lost it and told this new guy all about her. Oh my god. They got into an argument with him saying something about diseases and storming off. The room was divided. Some were on my side, some were obviously pissed at me, and Sarah was furious. She basically went on a huge rant about how I'm a jealous asshole who can't let things go and all this shit about me being controlling and possessive. So I just kind of left in the middle of her lecture. She's DM'd me on a bunch of apps, basically berating me, asking me why I did that, to which I have not really responded outside of a K or a thumbs up. A couple of her friends have said similar shit and called me sexist and all that bullshit. So is she right? Am I a possessive asshole, or was I in the right?
That went pretty ugly. He's a jealous bitch.
But first of all, this is your ex who you dated 2 years ago.
He's not over it.
He's not over
definitely. It's his
If-
ego, actually.
My recent relationship, I did this. My ex was targeting people in my circle. Targeting meaning he was trying to hook up with them. My cousin, close friend, my classmate in elementary and high school, and I told him, can you give it a rest? Can you just choose somebody who's not in my circle? When we started dating, he knows that I know a lot of people. And I told him, why are you trying to get it with my friends or with my relatives?
It's just very obvious that he wants to hold on to something that it's you at the end, or I don't know, maybe linking you into any part of his life just so you're not out of the picture.
But they broke up 2 years ago.
Well, obviously,
That's crazy.
he hasn't moved on. And for it to come to a point where they're yelling at each other in a public place.
Yeah.
It's really off.
And he is targeting the new guys that this girl is dating.
He's on the watch.
Yes, he's on the watch. So there is comments here. She's obviously an asshole for cheating on you, which is true, but you need to move on because it's petty AF for sabotaging her multiple times like that. What you're doing is pretty creepy, to be honest. She's an ex. Unless she was abusive and he was warning people, he's just being bitter and obsessive. Yeah, because I was warning people about my ex. But this one is different.
Plain and simple, he's not over it. He's a jealous bitch. He is just trying to making things worse.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he is still wanting the other person.
Absolutely. Definitely wanting the other person.
So yeah, asshole.
Asshole. Am I the asshole for being okay with cheating unless it's my own relationship? I'll make this short and sweet. I'm dating somebody now and I would never cheat on them, and I'd hope for or expect them to never cheat on me too. We got in an argument earlier because I admitted that before I met him, I didn't see a problem with me being the other woman because quite frankly, they were not my relationships. And if somebody expressed interest in me, I felt like it was okay because I'm not cheating on or breaking trust with a partner. I'm just living out a fantasy or kink along with the man I'm sleeping with, who is as well. My boyfriend's point of view is that cheating in any form by all parties is wrong, and he doesn't know if he can trust that I won't cheat on him because I've openly admitted to being the other woman. My point of view is that I love him and I would never want to hurt him in that way, and it wasn't my fault that the men in other relationships lied to their partners. And it's not my fault that they wanted to do those things with me. I will admit that it can be morally questionable to be a homewrecker, but I feel like the blame should be on the person actually in the relationship, not the person who was chosen. So Reddit, am I the asshole for being okay with other people's cheating?
It's gonna happen soon. For the boyfriend, hey boyfriend, it's gonna happen soon. Don't think you could spare yourself. Wouldn't want to call yourself a cheater, or you're okay with that because you're not ruining your own relationship.
Just somebody else's.
But just somebody else's. Like, how do you sleep at night?
I wonder how old they are too.
Yeah, I mean, I agree to that.
Their age really matters in the maturity level of a person. When I was doing all of my cheating stuff, I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
I didn't really know any better. I was in my 20s because from 18 to I think 20 plus, I was with my ex-husband. I didn't really know anything about dating other people.
Standing was really very shallow about relationships and stuff.
Yeah, he was my first anything. Not my first boyfriend, obviously, but my first stuff. I didn't know much about relationships. I never had a long-term relationship before him. So when I was doing all of this shit, and I'm not proud of the things that I'm doing, but the person who I was before is not who I am right now.
Yeah.
And this is the same with the story earlier about the history. You did it in the past. As long as you don't do it in your current relationship, then you're good. There should be growth. But with this, she's probably gonna cheat on you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
Because you cannot have that type of mindset if you want to spare yourself. It doesn't work that way. If you're mid-30s, late 30s, or 40s, and that's your mindset, we're gonna have a problem there, especially if you want to wash your hands. I don't want to condemn that person. If you're wondering if you're gonna be an asshole if you think that way, and you want your boyfriend to feel secure with your mindset,
Yeah.
that's super ironic.
There is a very interesting comment here. The key here is responsibility versus morality. Obviously, she's a big asshole on the morality side, but there is an argument to be had whether she deserves to take responsibility. Morality, she's doing the wrong thing, but responsibility-wise, she's not the partner.
What do you say on that?
When I was younger, that was my point of view. Like, I don't have any loyalty to the partner because I don't know the partner. And even there was a time where I knew the partner, and then my ex was like, you know, when guys are trying to get with you, they're always going to make it seem like they're on the rock. So he made me believe that they were not together anymore, that he was just doing it for the sake of keeping up appearances. And I believed him because I was that naive. I was young. I was in my 20s. Came to a point where the moment I found out that he was lying to me, I was already in love. And I couldn't get out of it anymore. I was hooked. This is the same guy who brought the agent to my house.
Wow. Well, let's give an award to this woman.
It's very twisted. It's a small town. It was here. I met his partner. He brought his partner to my house. I was having a house party. And then after that, because we were in the same company, we became close, but it was purely platonic friendship in my point of view. And we were hanging out, and then we were chilling, and then was going to my house, and then I was getting confused, like, wait, aren't you with somebody? And then he said he was not. He said he just lived there with her, but they were not together because he was not from here. He was from a different place. He was just staying there with her, and then she was with somebody. She cheated on him, etc., etc. So I believed him because I didn't really know any better. And to me, it was like, okay, maybe you're telling the truth. I don't know. Until such time when I was already hooked. And then when I got hooked, she actually confronted me. I was not a good person back then, you guys. Like, my character development is transcendent. She messaged me and she was like, I'm gonna report you to Dole. Because I was a bitch, I told her, I'm not interested in eating a pineapple.
What the hell? Dole, by the way, is the
Department of Labor and Employment.
Where people report co-workers.
I was not a good person. Obviously, she got more upset and she was like, I know where you live. I'm like, okay, what do you want to do?
It's funny because, admit it, when you became mature, your thought process is way better.
Yeah.
You knew that you were actually...
Yeah, that I was an asshole.
Yeah. You realized that shit and you've been honest to yourself now that it's just justified all the cheating and all the involvement and all that because you weren't thinking the way you think now.
Yeah.
Like years before.
I was very, very young. I was very naive and I didn't know any better. And also, I was a rebel. I was a rebel since I was in high school. So at that point, I was like, I don't really care about these people.
Yeah.
I had a different kind of mentality. And that's why the things that I was doing in the past made me become a better person right now because I know how to guide people. I know how to help people. There are people around me who will try to bring that up.
Against you now.
Yeah, against me now. You were a cheater, you're a homewrecker. I'm like, that was me before, and I confronted my demons. I'm not hiding from them. I know who I was before. That's not who I am anymore. The sad part is if you don't have character development from your 20s up until now, I'm already almost in my 40s. What was the most controversial one?
The one that had the most impact to me was the last one. The woman who thought that cheating was okay as long as it's not
her relationship.
Because it had a lot to do with how you think when you're in love, when you're considering other people, when you are younger, or like maybe how you think as you age. Because we would have different point of views as we go on in this life. We're gonna have a lot of our different phases as we go along. Cheating is a straightforward topic. It's a yes or no. It's black and white, but we tend to make it more complicated because we love the topics around it. So for the people who get cheated on, if it ever happens to your relationship,
hopefully not.
It's something that you and your partner really should sit down about, face it head on, because it's gonna be really bad and you have to acknowledge that. But if you both decide to resolve it, then you both should be 100% into the process. It's not going to be easy to digest everything and like work onto a resolution, but if you're both committed to doing that, then you're gonna have to put everything else aside.
Based off of my last relationship, my partner was rushing me into healing and rushing me into trusting him again and basically nagging me in a way of why I didn't heal yet. And so guys, if you're the one who cheats on your partner, do not rush your partner into healing. You don't get to dictate when they will heal. You don't get to dictate when they would trust you again. Your goal is to make sure that your partner feels so secure and so safe in the relationship that she doesn't have to worry about it. Because as long as that's still a thought in her brain, she's just gonna keep repeating it. Because he was saying like it's very uncomfortable for him because I didn't forgive him yet. It's uncomfortable for you. How much more for the person who you cheated on? If it's uncomfortable for you, it's 100 times more uncomfortable for me because I was dreaming it. I was having nightmares about it. I couldn't work properly. The only bad side about that for me was like I didn't lose weight. You know, like the saying, if you want to lose weight, be in the wrong relationship.
Get your heart broken.
And get your heart broken. My heart was broken all the time. I didn't lose weight.
You're an exception to the
Yes.
rule. If you're really genuine about resolving the problem, you're gonna have to endure that
Yes.
pain.
The discomfort.
Exactly.
Endure it. You're the one who did something wrong. Really, the audacity of
If
something
it means you have to prove yourself every day to your partner,
Yeah.
be it, because you both agreed to resolve it.
So if you feel like you cannot handle healing her, then just break things off. Because it's worse to be in a relationship with somebody that you actually resent. Because I feel like he was resenting, and I told him, you probably hate me so much. Yeah, I felt that. He wasn't saying it. He was like, I don't understand why you're saying that. But you can choose not to say that you hate me, but your actions is showing me that you hate me. It's not just in relationships. Same thing goes with friendships. There are some friendships who are like, you're my friend because I've known you for a long time, but your actions towards me and what you're saying to me, it's actually making me feel like you don't value me as a friend and you hate me as a person.
And there are cheating incidents
And yes,
with, friendship
Yep.
as well. And
Yeah.
that's even worse, actually, for
Yes.
me. That's why when I have become more mature, I learned that you don't just call anyone
A friend.
a friend.
Yes,
There will
exactly.
be people batchmate, people you party with,
Yeah.
coworkers, but not everyone is your friend.
Yes.
Because being called a friend is something.
Like I had a lot of realization, especially when I lost my long-term friend. I considered this person as my friend since childhood, and I've lost the friendship. And I realized, looking back at everything, I was actually not in a healthy friendship. But because of my loyalty to that person and my loyalty to the friendship, because it was 3 decades of friendship, I was just trying to just consider her as my friend. But right now, a lot of people I consider as acquaintances or consider me as acquaintances. I don't consider them as a friend. I have a few handful that I can call a friend. Even bringing people to my house, I only have a very, very few people who know where I live, who knows my address, who knows my plate numbers, who has been to my room, to my safe space. I'm very, very selective now. And a lot of people who I grew up with, they're like, you've changed. And they're making it seem like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I changed because now I have boundaries. I'm protecting myself because I have been burned and cheated on and betrayed by so many people in my circle who I thought were true to me. I realized not everybody who smiles at you is supposed to be there for you, who tries to give you advice, who listens to your stories is actually your friend. Some people are just trying to get information from you, to use it against you. I had a quote-unquote ex-friend. I was venting out to her because she was venting out to me. We were exchanging stories and I was giving her advice. She's younger than me. Thought that she was my friend, and I even offered her a job opportunity in Dubai when I was still there. And I realized the things that I was sharing to her, she was sharing it with other people.
Oh no.
Same thing with my long-term friend, with the one that I was supposed to be my best friend. All of the things that I did in my past when I was in college, when I was in high school, she was sharing it with people who don't know me, even to my kids. And I confronted her about it, and I was like, why are you sharing all of these nasty things about me? I'm not that person anymore. That happened like 2 decades ago.
And that was shared to you in the first place because
I
the person
trusted.
thought,
Yes.
yeah, and it was shared to you because I know this is nasty, I know this is ugly, but I'm sharing this to you anyway because I want you to have a part of me. These are things that I'm not gonna tell anyone but you.
Because I consider you as my safe space.
space.
So the
And
next
that's
topic
cheating.
is going to be friendship. That's
right?
pretty fun. That's it for today's Couch Confession. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow and share and got something off of your chest. Email us at couchconfessionswithqueen@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram